Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Trevor Hilson, the Positively Muskegon Kids Beat reporter, and I'm here today with Don Kalis, who works for Revel. My first question is, how and where did Revel start?
Revel is a result of two marketing companies that merged about almost 7 years ago now. So one half of the merger was a company called Converge, and Converge was primarily website and video marketing, and then the other half was Relevant Marketing, and Relevant was primarily a strategy company, media placement, and branding. So the two companies, we kept working back and forth on several community projects, and then we hit it off so well for about a 3-year courtship or so, and then we ended up making it official, and it's been awesome ever since. So we merged and became Revel because we were at that point a new company with new services, and yeah, we've always been downtown Muskegon. Both our businesses, both companies prior to the merger were down here, and we're still here.
So what exactly does Revel do?
Revel is a strategy planning, branding, marketing, and web agency. So what that means is we meet with our clients to kind of help them. We talk about sort of their goals for their year, maybe on an annual basis, maybe longer. And we talk about ways in the communications world and how we can help meet some of those goals. And then of course we execute our plans through the marketing and communications world, and then we like to measure our results. And probably our niche in our industry is that that we are kind of fact-based, we like to say. So we use facts to base all of our strategies on. So we'll do research with our clients' target audiences. So we'll do surveys or focus groups and kind of gather some information, build our plans and strategies from that, and then go from there. So, and then of course at the end we look at the results, and that's kind of a rare thing in my world. A lot of agencies will do maybe the pretty picture side of things, and they will do a good-looking billboard or a logo, but they don't really monitor as close as we do if they're actually making a difference in doing results. So,
What is your job at Revel?
My job, I'm one of the partners, and I'm also an account executive here. So what that means is, in addition to my partner roles, looking at the bigger picture of growing the business and with my other two partners, but my account executive, most of my day is spent managing, getting new business, and then managing those relationships within Revel. So I will get the new business from a client, and I will make sure they're taken care of from beginning to end. I also, oversee some of their strategies and help develop some of those goals for my clients, and help them to help my team to come up with strategies to meet those goals. And I also oversee the creative product that my clients are getting from my team. So,
Is Revel looking to expand in the future?
We are. We've actually had quite a bit of growth. Ever since we merged, we right away, you kind of blend two successful companies together, you right away get some growth. And every year we've been in business, we've seen steady increase in our sales and our profits and in our size. And we are looking at expanding here soon. We have some bigger news that we'll unveil probably within, I'm going to say, the next few months here. Maybe we'll have Positively Muskegon break the news for us. So, but we have some big news coming up for Revel, very exciting stuff. And that's a lot of it is, in my industry, you'll see a certain amount of growth gradually over time, and then eventually there's a bit of a need to take the next step if an agency wants to, and we do. So we'd like to take that next step in our industry and growth, and that comes from specialization typically. So there's usually a generalist. You can, as a marketing agency, you can be a generalist and kind of work for lots of different types of clients, or you can to go to that next tier up that we're looking to hit. You have to specialize and pick one particular industry. And so for us, we're super excited. It's been only a few weeks now since we've made this switch, but we are focusing largely on all of our outreach, all of our systems and processes and planning and creative, all in the manufacturing industry. So manufacturing can be anything. It's anything made, right? So it can be office furniture. It can be, it can be, a foundry shop or CNC machines, kayaks. Anything that's made, electronics. That's all manufactured someplace. And what we find is that traditionally in our history of our company, it's been the largest industry segment of our sales and of our clients. So it made perfect sense for us to go there. And really all manufacturers really want the same types of things, so we can really hone our craft and our processes to really benefit them and to allow them to kind of get more return on their investment. For example, a lot of manufacturers want lead generation. They want more customers, more clients, and they want their products found out in the market. So and they want results, of course, from that. So we kind of mix all that together. So kind of our expansion, not only physically and geographically here coming up, but also with our focus, our specialty. So pretty exciting stuff coming up.
How does Revel get involved in the community here in Muskegon?
Oh yeah, we are. So my three partners. Shout out to Jason Piasecki and Andy Majeski. We are all born and raised here. So we're all from Muskegon, and we love this place. We love this community. We'll always be downtown because we just have a big passion for this. Area of Muskegon. So it's very important to us to be involved in the community, and we do that in a lot of ways. We all sit on multiple boards, and we're all on different committees around town, and we make it a point to volunteer our time. We also volunteer our company services a lot of times to various nonprofit organizations or groups that may need some marketing and advertising services, but may not have the budgets or the size, the revenue, that kind of thing, to afford it. And so we love to kind of hear of those things and help out on various causes that make sense to us and that are passionate to all of our values. So yeah, it's really great, and we've done several different types of campaigns that fit into that world. And a lot of times our community involvement can be not only our time and we of course we'll sponsor things here and there as well, but we also feel like community involvement is helping our clients, or some of our nonprofit clients, meet their mission. So we can kind of help the community in lots of ways. It's great.
What projects has Revel done in the past?
Oh, well, we've done lots of different types of projects. So we have worked with several different industries. So even though we are specializing in manufacturing, we still will do work for other industries. We still do today. We do a large amount of non-manufacturing work as well, and that can range, from property development or education or healthcare. We do quite a bit of those kinds of projects. And as I mentioned, manufacturing is a giant for us. The type of things we can do is we'll help our clients maybe do a whiteboard session to help plan some of their goals. We will develop branding for them, so like their logos and names for their company or products. We'll develop all of their communication pieces like print materials or online communications. Digital marketing is a huge thing with social media, and of course websites, things of that nature. We also do a lot of lead generation. So lead generation is where there's several steps, largely online, where we create inbound campaigns where we put information on the internet, like blog articles and other types of digital marketing that will attract people to our clients. So that's sort of an inbound strategy, and that the goal of inbound is to harvest contact information from potential customers, leads. And so because of our help, they can gather those potential leads, and now they have what they need, with our help, of course, to reach out to those people to get more business. So some specific clients or projects that you might be familiar with that we're pretty proud of, I would say would be the Watch Us Go campaign. That's a pretty big campaign that we're proud of, and what's neat about that is it's just something that started with a small idea, and it really took off to be something that's very viral, and it's just been something that the whole community is proud of, and the nice thing is that no one really owns it. It's something that everyone has. It's considered open source, where you could go on today and onto the website, download the Watch Us Go logo and make T-shirts and sell them at the farmers market and keep the money. You know, you could do, and people are doing T-shirts, they're doing signs, they're doing banners, and it's just all over town. And it's kind of one of our more proud projects lately that we've been involved in. And of course, it's kind of fits in that community service angle that you were asking about too.
So what's like the timeline of a project? Like, I know you were talking about whiteboard sessions and like the logo making, and how does that all work?
Yeah, great question. So it varies depending on what we're going to do. And one thing that's neat about us is we don't prescribe to clients what they need. So in other words, we are not a project shop necessarily. So you might, if a client comes to us and says, we want, how much for a brochure, or how long does that take? You know, for us, it's we want to hear the bigger picture of what they have going on with their challenges with their business and their goals. And then sure, a brochure might be part of that, but it's usually a small part of a larger plan and lots of different pieces. So that being said, what we normally do is start off with that whiteboard session, and that's usually you know, a big group discussion, big fact-finding, brainstorming thing. And we that's usually pretty quick. That happens, you know, within a day or so, and then we mix that with some online surveys and maybe some focus groups, and those usually take a couple of weeks for that to happen. We prepare a report of findings, kind of showing our facts behind our research that we did, and then we get into the creative. And so once the plan is kind of put together with the recommendations on what we think our clients should do to meet their goals, typically you can look at every project, and we can do some projects simultaneously to save time, but usually it takes a good couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, to come up with the creative, you know, coming up with that Watch Us Go logo or that theme. It usually takes a few weeks of brainstorming. So we do a lot of back and forth internal brainstorming here at our office, and then we narrow our ideas down to about 3 different ideas to share, to present to our clients. And then once they pick one, then we flesh out the other materials, and who knows, you know, those, it's all depending on you know, the timing of those depends on what they are. So usually we can get some things really strong, you know, get things going pretty well within a few weeks. So websites, you know, those things take forever because the programming is, you know, who knows what those programmers do, but you know, it takes weeks and weeks and weeks to do a website. So, but yeah, we get into all of it, so it's really quite exciting.
How did the Watch Muskegon campaign start, and how big has it gotten since?
Great question. So the campaign started. It's kind of a funny story. Let's see. I think it was part of Leadership West Michigan. I think it's called something like that. Through the Chamber of Commerce, and one of my partners, Jason Pisecki, was on the back of a trolley, and he was having a conversation with Frank Peterson, who then was the brand new city manager. He still is our city manager, but he was new to our area then. And they were driving downtown here, and there was this large sign that when you head downtown Muskegon from Seaway Drive, the road will kind of split, and you can head down towards Heritage Landing, or you can go towards the other way towards downtown. And there's this big kind of almost a mini billboard that's there. And for years, ever since I was your age, it was the same thing. It said like "Welcome to the Lake Shore" or something, and it was just this really dated, kind of old-looking design. And my, you know, my friends, all our marketing people, we all kind of laugh at that and go, "Oh, that's horrible. We need to fix that thing." And they were kind of laughing at that sign, him and Frank. And he said to him, "Hey, we'll do the creative if you pay for the replacement of the sign." And he's like, "Okay." And so we did. So we went to work and we brainstormed and came up with the Watch Us Go theme just for that sign. Was how it started. And it was so popular, so well received from Frank and some other people in the city. We got the Chamber of Commerce got involved, the CVB. I think the Community Foundation might have been in there. There was a lot of various community-minded, passionate groups that were very interested, and I'm probably missing some, but they were interested in making it something bigger. And so with their help, it grew into this kind of a viral campaign, which means it's just out there everywhere. It's just this growing mass. You see it every turn. I mean, and the organizations made it, they adopted or created this almost the non-visual side of it. So there's like a 13 or 14 point plan that's part of this Watch Us Go thing. It includes beautification of our streets. It includes, you know, there's all these different things that are going on that we don't ever see as part of this Watch Us Go. In fact, there's still some activity on it today that they keep. There's a new sort of phases of it that are unveiling. But So it's gotten, how big has it gotten? It's gotten really large and the reason campaigns like this can grow is because the creative that we do, like I mentioned before, no one owns it. So it's not the Chamber's campaign or Revel's campaign. It is something that no one really owns, so no one it needs permission to use it, right? So people can, therefore, you can go right to the website and download a high resolution artwork to put on shirts or to do what you want with it. I've seen it on awnings at various businesses around town and in the windows of retail shops, and it's just really taken off largely because that's easy to get and no one has to ask permission for it, and it's a cool theme. People, that theme, that Watch Us Go, has a really strong community pride sort of a feel to it, and we all know that there's some really great things happening here in Muskegon, and Watch Us Go, man. We're not done. We're just getting started, and it's just keeps on going. So,
if I am a business, how can I get a hold of Revel?
You can get a hold of us by our website or on Facebook. Our website is www.revel.in, and or you can stop in. We're right downtown, right by the big sculpture, sort of by the Holiday Inn, and in the Hume office building on the corner of 3rd and Morris. Stop in and see us, and we'll set up a time to have people, our clients can come in, and we'll hear what they have to say and talk about their problems and set some goals. So.
Well, there you have it, folks. I'm Trevor Hilson, the Positively Muskegon Kids Beat reporter. This is Don Kalis. See ya.